Are you a necromancer, dead priest, or billionaire who recently bought a castle of power only to find the lower levels totally inadequate for your dungeon needs? For me, Brendel Laxo, the Dungeon Dude! I can whip any space into evil shape in no time flag. You come down here, oh look, the whole area would be great for a crypt, but it's totally open, no gate, no traps, not even an evil talking door. I can fix that for you. And check out these recent before and after photos from my latest project. I took this boring hallway, made it into an awful chamber. We can put paladins, thieves, or even city councils who don't want your housing development. And look at this, an unfinished first floor morgue space. What do? I make it a nightmare scenario. I provided the ghouls, the hex, the giant face, even the child ghost. And I can do all that for you. So if you need a dungeon, you need the Dungeon Dude. Summon me, Brendel Laxo, today! I have no insurance. 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 necromancer, dead priest, or billionaire who recently bought a castle of power only to find the lower levels totally inadequate for your dungeon needs? For me, Brendel Laxo, the Dungeon Dude! I can whip any space into evil shape in no time flag. You come down here, oh look, the whole area would be great for a crypt, but it's totally open, no gate, no traps, not even an evil talking door. I can fix that for you. And check out these recent before and after photos from my latest project. I took this boring hallway, made it into an awful chamber. We can put paladins, thieves, or even city councils who don't want your housing development. And look at this, an unfinished first floor morgue space. What do? I make it a nightmare scenario. I provided the ghouls, the hex, the giant face, even the child ghost. And I can do all that for you. So if you need a dungeon, you need the Dungeon Dude. Summon me, Brendel Laxo, today! I have no insurance.
Stereo. Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our grand Aquarium Emperor, the Triviamaster of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Triviamaster Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello and welcome to Grand Trivia, the only trivia show in any dimension where the points do matter and losing will cost you everything. I'm Fluval, Grand Triviamaster of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, as always, is Intern Citizen. Hello, Intern Citizen. Yes. You're welcome. I am the law. Yes, I am the law. And you know, the law is also here with us in another form.
You betray the law!
What? That doesn't seem right. No. I don't believe them. No, I mean I'm sure they can't hear you, but if they attuned their lowly third dimensional ears properly, they would be able to hear you. Yeah, like that's it's really all their fault. And like, it might sound for a second like you're also hearing yourself, but I assure you, you are not.
Okay, all right. Well, if that's true, then that's fine.
Yeah, no, you were certainly
enjoy Dredd.
Not hearing
Creeps.
yourself back.
Betray the law!
You can hear that though, right?
Yes, I certainly do.
And you don't hear yourself back, right?
What the hell?
I still hear myself, Judge.
This is the law.
Oh, you do?
Enjoy
Yes.
Dredd. Creeps.
How about now?
Yes, Judge.
How about now?
This is the law.
Yay!
Enjoy Dredd. Creeps.
Yes. Wait, so you're not the same intern who's always here? Oh. I guess I'll take your word for it. You can't hear him again? Now they'll hear you, I think. Keep talking again. No, I know, I see what they're saying. Ah! How about now?
I'm not sure. Oh wait, okay.
You betray the law!
I think that works. Nope. Well, I still hear myself, Judge.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It makes sense that you hear yourself, and this is torment I'm inflicting on all of you. And I'm glad that you're all here to suffer. Not only the slings and arrows of our outrageous trivia, but also these slings and arrows, and specifically that the intern gets to suffer the torture device known as the speech jammer.
I'm still guilty.
Oh, of course you're guilty. I mean,
Yeah.
I never suggested you were anything but guilty, and I want that on the record.
What the hell?
Oh, I see why. I see. I finally actually see why. Okay. So then you still hear me, intern,
okay.
correct?
Yes, Judge. I still hear you.
Good. And then do you still hear the intern audience?
I no longer hear myself, Judge.
Good. And audience, do you hear him?
Somebody said that in a blog.
You
It
hear
has
us
to be
both.
true.
I
Okay.
think they do.
You have survived the gauntlet of the technical issues that we start this off with. And of course, we call that a gauntlet of technical issues because it might appear to lowly third dimensional beings like we had tech issues. But in actuality,
no.
I was perfectly prepared as I am in all things.
That's right. And we got some trivia, Judge.
Void?
Is that right?
Yes, we have 10 or more questions all about Judge Dredd and Mega City 1.
Void is pranking you. I think that's 6 weeks ISO cubes, is it not?
It is. You are sentenced to, I mean, at least 6 weeks isocubes, if not 100 years in suspended animation and cryogenic freeze. But I mean, that's pretty harsh punishment, I gotta say. I know what you're saying. Fluval, aren't you being a little
This is the
unfair?
law. Enjoy Dredd. Creeps.
And that's what I would say in response is, this is the law. Enjoy Dredd, creeps.
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 I'm so glad that my work cutting those for you was useful, Joe.
Oh, they were perfect. They were perfect. I mean, Rico and Judge are both here.
You know, it's sort of surprising that despite it being a catchphrase in this film, it's not said very often, and it's usually like weird or under a lot of music or other screaming.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of music under the other one, so I didn't use those. But
Yeah, it's hard to cut them out.
I did use this one, and you can use this code to go to crowd.live and enter the code WAUJP to enter our game of Judge Dredd Trivia and play against The Only Law is Suffering.
Judge, I hate to relay criticism, but people are saying that maybe I'm a little quiet in the mix.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Will the millions years old wizard with access to the most powerful divination magic be competing in trivia? Seems legit. No, there's no wizard.
No wizard?
There's just me, intern citizen.
It's just intern citizen. How about now?
I think it's probably a little bit better.
It seems like it's probably a little bit better, yeah.
My vocal cords were atrophied from all my time in the ISO cube.
Oh, now it's worse. I accidentally turned you down.
Oh no.
Now I turned you up. There we go. There we go.
This is all time to prep you all to get ready for the trivia.
Exactly. I mean, Judge Dredd is in a world that is in many ways after things have collapsed. And so you must see the old system die off before the new audio routing can be born
Exactly.
and enforced by the judges. Obviously, this was all an elaborate metaphor, as is that you should go to crowd.live and enter the code WAUJP.
JP.
War always underpins judicial presence.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
You're so wise, Judge Fluv.
I'm so wise, and I'm glad you said it. You know, people really don't say it enough. It should be a constant thing in the chat. Like, I mean, maybe it should be on a timer. Oh, Judge Dredd draft when? It's so hard to say. Judge Dredd draft when? Judge Dredd
Dredd draft when? Oh no.
Who here thinks civilian intern would make a pretty sick judge?
Back to the cubes, man. Be careful.
And enforced by the voice meters, exactly. Fluval so wise. Law, says Blogtoven. Law. And you can go to crowd.live and enter the code WAUJP and play against The Only Law is Suffering. Viceroy Missy. Helmet hair. More like Judge Fart. I put ISO cubes in my ISO T.
Ooh.
Single walk Dredd. Judge Greg.
I'm Judge Greg.
I have nipples, Judge Greg. Could you milk me?
6 years, ISO cubes.
Blog. I'm the law.
Blog.
As in I'm not the law. I believe. I'm the law. And Ajab. All judges
All judges are bastards.
are bastards. Yeah, so citizen intern, what did you do to get put in the ISO cube?
Being a comedian is an offense.
Oh,
It's the
it's
only
true.
law that I agree with in Mega City 1.
Oh no! Oh.
But I'm very excited for trivia. I've been a long-time citizen of Mega City 1. And there's like an insane amount of trivia about it because it's been running for 2,000 weeks.
Yeah, no,
Give or take.
there's so much trivia here. It was difficult to parse it down to a mere
I'm sure.
10 questions. I've heard of a jib jab, but this is ridiculous. And Hunter says, "Oh, you're a comedian? Tell a joke."
Yeah, no, I'm on work release. I don't want to get sent back right away.
You passed the test.
Whew.
Yes.
Is he a pass? Yeah.
Well, you can still join our game of trivia even once it's underway, but
In fact, it's smarter to join late sometimes.
it is often smarter to join late because the quicker you answer, the higher you score, but also the more points you lose.
No.
No. So why don't we get it started with question number 1 after the iconic crowd per gong sounds.
Crowd per gong.
Crowd per gong. Crowd per gong. Here it goes.
Okay.
True or false? One of the deputy chief judges of Mega City 1 is a goldfish. Is that true or false?
I'm like racking my brain because I can't remember if this is real or not. Because there've been so many. I mean, there's like so many phases where it's really silly.
Yeah.
And then, but they treat everything as canon,
Which I
which
love.
is kind of impressive.
I'm a big fan of when works that are sprawling across the decades have this huge mishmash in tones that just naturally arises.
And like Dredd is like 200 years old or so by now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's great.
I mean, it was running well before 2000 AD.
yeah.
Didn't see Intern Citizen in the draft. That's true. You weren't in the Saturday Night Live draft that happened just before this.
I'm in the In Living Color draft. It's fine.
That sounds like a better draft in some ways, but I
think this is true.
What?
The answer, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought you thought it was true that the In Living Color draft is a better draft than the Saturday Night Live draft.
I mean, in some ways, yes. In some ways, no. There's still men on film.
Yeah, there is still men. Which is why it was funny that Damon Wayans got himself fired doing a list.
Yeah, right? He then went and did it for a check.
Yeah. For the record, I would watch Frankie on SNL and just not Intern Citizen, who is serving time for comedy. Yeah, no. SNL would certainly never cast someone who had committed a crime. I, for one, think Men on Film is great, says Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming.
I think you could safely update it and keep all the jokes and just lose the problematic stuff.
Yeah. I agree.
Dag should still be doing it.
Oh, well, Dag. It would be nice just to have a draft where you could pick Dag.
Yeah.
Love Dag. You could do a Daily Show lead-in draft where you have to draft all the Daily Show lead-ins. So I could draft Chocolate News.
Chocolate News. First round pick, Chocolate News.
Dag the Goat. He was a great guest on Loveline. Instant lock, first pick in the In Living Color draft, Dag. Absolutely. No, absolutely. Dag and Jim Carrey would go so fast.
And Hader did get drafted, Missy, and I hope your play went well.
Yeah, Hader got drafted. I don't think you picked the draft phony picked, Missy. But you'll have to see to find out. We'll have to get the link after the show, because right now we have to see true or false. One of Deputy Chief... after the show, Missy. One of Deputy Chief Judge... I see the typo.
I wasn't going to point it out, Judge Fluve, because I didn't want to get sent.
That was wise of you. One of the deputy chief judges of Mega City 1 is a goldfish. True or false? Oh, shit. Nope.
Whoop.
That's true. You already answered. You're fine.
It is true. Okay, I thought
Your answers
so.
are all in. This
Is he a
episode
side judge?
is unbuttoned. Look, we had Pat on
Trivia
the channel.
After Dark.
We had Pat on the... Yeah, I had to just knock something over. We had Pat on the
It
channel.
just sounded like something fell here in the
Something
pod.
did fall here. I knocked it over with my mind. Because what else would I knock it over
What is your
with?
psi rating, Judge Flume?
I'm Psy wrecking the hotel room because I'm a rock star. Yeah, you
it's
get it, cool, Steve.
Hey.
Hunter's camera got knocked down again.
I'm surprised that camera's in one dang piece.
But it is
like,
true.
Like 5 times a night.
There's Deputy Chief Judge
The
Fish.
fish.
Glub.
It is just Judge Fish. Yeah.
Glub is the quote.
Glub. Oh, he was Judge Cal's pet. How did I forget that part?
Yeah, he's
Of
Judge
course.
Cal's pet. Fish is a large goldfish speckled with dark dots. He is shown to be the size of an adult judge's entire hand, making him unusually large for an average pet goldfish. Fish was appointed as deputy chief judge by Cal during his reign. Apparently, Judge Fish made daily proclamations to the people of Mega City 1, which only Cal could understand. When Cal starts to execute the people of Mega City 1 alphabetically, he only gets so far when the SJS Judge Slocum, who had been forced to assassinate Judge Fish by Dredd, presents Cal with the body of his deputy chief judge. Distraught, Cal calls off the executions and goes to mourn. During Judge Fish's funeral, Cal is enraged that no one but himself and his judges have attended his deputy chief judge's funeral. Afterwards, Cal appointed Grampus, the leader of the Clegs, that Cal had hired as enforcers, his new deputy chief judge.
And listen, as someone who reads this stuff weekly, at least half of it makes sense to me.
I'm glad half of it makes sense to you.
Should we explain what Judge Dredd is? Like, is there anyone here playing or watching who doesn't know about Judge Dredd?
I mean, that would be a newfound level of accessibility for the show, but sure. Yeah, I'm happy to.
Well, like Star Wars, I feel like that's a pretty deep cultural penetration.
We did
Dredd,
Farscape
I feel like
trivia.
is a little more. That's true.
But no, so yeah, let's explain it since Booty Slapper has said they don't know.
Okay. Judge Dredd is the central comic of the amazing British sci-fi fantasy weekly anthology called 2000 AD, and it's a parody of both America and American policing.
Yeah.
And Stallone and that movie didn't realize it was satire, I guess, but it is. It's really, really great. So Judge Cal is Judge Caligula, obviously, but it's set in Mega City 1, a post-nuclear megalopolis that spans like the whole eastern seaboard, where judges are jury, executioner, and judge.
Yeah, they're not, despite the name.
Right.
It's misleading. He really should be judge, jury, and executioner Dredd. And every time they should have to address him in full.
Yeah. And thank you for explaining. Farscape, thank you.
I am all three branches of the law.
I am jury, judge, and executioner.
Yeah.
Alchemist, there are a lot of great storylines. You can start with America. You can start with the Apocalypse War if you want to get really weird. In fact, I think the second question is going to suggest some interesting reading.
The second question? Okay.
Because I saw a blip of it briefly. I assume it was a computer glitch.
Oh, that wasn't the second question.
Oh, okay.
That was somehow the sixth question. So we got a ways to go till we get back there. But right now, let's go to the leaderboard. Where more like Judge Fart is in first place. Viceroy Missy in second. The only law is suffering in third. Blog in fourth. A-Jab in fifth. Single Walk Dredd in sixth. Helmet Hair in seventh. Judge Greg in eighth. I put ISO cubes in my iced tea in ninth. Law Tato is in 10th. I'm into the law. In 11th. And Nakamis in 12th. The only one who lost points on that question.
Nakamis, I'm so sorry. It is British sci-fi parody plus satire, so it does get wacky. You gotta be ready for some really wacky things to be true.
Yeah. Oh, well, now you know something about it. Missy information. A Viceroy.
So, I mean, I feel like Viceroy is a great title from someone from Britsit or from Vatican City. There are other mega cities left in the world, and they could definitely have a Viceroy from somewhere.
That is true. Yeah. But what your gut should also tell you is
that
the answer to question number 2.
Oh,
also that. What is Judge Dredd's first name? Jason, Jeremy, Joseph, or Justice? Is it Jason Dredd, Jeremy Dredd, Joseph Dredd, or Justice?
I'm Gary.
I'm Jeremy.
Now, one of these is the name of the guy who owns 2000 AD. Is that an intentional bit of meta trivia? Oh.
No, it's not intentional at all.
He has a wonderful channel where he just does medieval reenactment and research.
That makes like so much sense.
He's the only rich guy that I respect, I think.
If this had been what is Judge Dredd's surname, I would have been in a better position, I think.
Right, he's Judge.
Yeah. It's obviously Judge. It's Stallone.
Has to be Justice.
Well, I looked it up and I picked it wrong. Has to be Justice. Justice is his middle name. You guys didn't include
There
Jaden
you
or
go.
Jalen, yeah. Well, Jaden just turned 2, so he's not a judge yet. But let's see what you picked. One of you said Jason. None of you said Jeremy. One of you said Joseph. 11 of you said Justice.
I'm kind of shocked, actually. Suffering.
Suffer! Because only one of you got it right. The
Joseph.
correct answer is Joseph.
Joe. He's Judge Joe Dredd.
Yeah, he's a forerunner to Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judge Joseph Dredd and his brother Judge Rico Dredd were
right.
cloned from first Judge Eustace Fargo. As noted on the Judge.
There's
What?
a Judge Fargo prequel comic happening right now in Judge Dredd magazine.
That makes sense. And as noted on the wiki, they were born at an accelerated age of 5 years old. Having been artificially created and incubated in a laboratory where during growth, their minds were computer programmed with language skills and all aspects of the law. Therefore allowing them to be immediately enrolled as cadets into the city's Academy of Law. So they're 5-year-old trainee judges who have been computer programmed with the law.
Yeah. There's a really good, there's also a prequel Rico comic about Cadet Rico, which shows him learning about breaking the law.
And is this
like,
is this the first Cadet Rico or the second Cadet Rico? Because there's 2 Rico Dredds.
Well, it's the first Rico Dredd, his cadet years.
I see. It's not the
So
second Rico Dredd.
He shares a dorm with Joe.
Oh. Frankie, did you cut that Joe out of an illustrated manuscript too? I don't know who Frankie is. This is Intern Citizen.
Yeah, I'm Intern Citizen.
Mentat Cops, kinda.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like the intern who was on WizWorldLive, but for judging instead of pornography or nude scenes. Yeah, Joe Rico.
It is by law alone that I set my mind in motion.
Well, let's set our mind in motion to the leaderboard, where Judge Bread, my bit is I make bread and pastry puns.
I think that has to be on her, but I don't
Must
know.
be on her. They got it right with 827 points on that question. Everyone else lost so many points that now only half our leaderboard is still positive. Oh, it's not. It's not Hunter.
Wow.
I'm dreading these questions. Jugs dread.
Hunter didn't get that wrong, did he?
That makes sense.
Jugs Dredd.
Yeah, Jugs dread. Haha,
That's
gnarly.
the other magazine that I read every week.
Shammy being Judge Bread. Yeah, it makes sense.
Nice.
Well, and we just did an SNL draft on this channel. So why don't we go to question number 3? Which SNL alum plays Herman Ferguson, a hacker returning to Mega City 1 in the opening of 1995's Judge Dredd? Is it Chris Farley, John Lovitz, Phil Hartman, or Rob Schneider?
I tried to get clips of this person talking. There were no good bits that were funny enough as like a quick soundbite. None of it.
The only Joker response that came to mind would give it away, so I'm not going to say it. Yeah, this was 3 of these were on Blog's team in the SNL draft.
2 of them are dead, 2 are fascists. Which one could it be?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That math checks out. You really are a brain computer. You can do it. I was going to say, I can't believe there's no scene of making copies. Now let's see what you picked. None of you. Short out there for a second. None of you said Chris Farley. The dimensional veil thickened, and then it briefly returned to normal. One of you said John Lovitz. 2 of you, Phil Hartman's a fascist. 2 of you said Phil Hartman. 9 of you said Rob Schneider. It's hard because part of me is like, wasn't that Lou Diamond Phillips? I live in a mega city down by the river.
Now you're taking your slow-mo and looking around and you're saying, what the truck is going on?
I believe this actor is also a
Claude,
Demolition
you
Man.
are correct.
I believe calling them an actor is doing a lot of lifting. Oh shit, there's a great outtake of Schneider falling down some stairs, and that's because Schneider's
Yes,
the correct answer.
there is.
But, Viceroy Missy got it right the fastest, gaining 886 points.
Nice.
While the only law is suffering is living up to their name, losing 737 points on that question.
Do you want that outtake, Judge?
Yeah.
I have the link to it here.
Oh yeah, give me the link to that outtake. I'll play that outtake. I'll play it. Oh, wait. What? Oh, I see where. I know where it is. I think I knocked over this outtake earlier in the show. I had the film reel sitting right here, just out of frame, and then I knocked it right over. So that's what you heard. I just couldn't give it away because I didn't want you to know for sure that a movie question was coming up. You know, because maybe you had a thought I kept it all comics. Demolition Man is way better. I mean, yeah. The thing about Justice is it's a lot like bread. It can be layered, complex, flaky, buttery, and delicious.
Buttery, delicious.
And this is what it would look like.
You're a lot of fun to be with, Dredd! You're a lot of fun to be with, Dredd!
And that's the moment that he's like, maybe I don't need a vaccine. Thank you for bringing that up, Nakamus.
Yes, thank you, Knock, for bringing that up. And be sure to, while we're talking about Nakamus, be sure to check out Nakamus every Sunday on Night Owl TV and every Thursday.
Friday on Night Owl TV.
Let's get...
Part of the Neo TGIF.
Why
block
is
after
the
WizWorldLive.
dimensional veil so thick tonight?
It's thick out there tonight.
It's
Judge.
every Friday on Night Owl TV after
right.
WizWorldLive. Yeah, it's part of the Neo TGIF block. And on
right.
Thursday, let's get weird.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. It's Sunday somewhere. Thank you, H-Dub. Well, I mean, it's because I was also thinking of the Knife Show on H-Dub's stream, which also features Nakamus and Bal Jihad.
That's right.
And is before Doom Room on WizWorldLive. So it actually made sense what I said.
We're kind of like, blocks in Mega City 1. We're just stacked up.
Yeah, exactly. We're all stocked up like blocks in Mega City 1. And like the leaderboard here, where Judge Dredd is just bread. My bit is I make pastry and bread puns is still in first. Blog in second. Viceroy Missy in third. More like Judge in fourth. And Single Walk Dredd in fifth. What?
I just said Dredd.
Oh, Dredd. Oh, and I actually have one more thing I gotta get off my chest about Rob Schneider. He was obviously the perfect choice to play a character who in the comics was, quote, a hulking man standing several feet high who was muscular and hairy with an ugly and slightly misshapen face. I wanted to get in how much of a departure. Law. I wanted to get in how much of a bold departure from the original source material. So this is Herman Ferguson, Rob Schneider, in the film. Alignment good. Aliases Fergie.
Alignment good.
Yeah. Yeah. Alignment good. And it's based on the character Fergie from the comics. This is Fergie.
Right.
Now, if this doesn't scream Rob Schneider to you, I don't know what will. And you see alignment good still.
Good.
But fell from a great height and died.
I believe there's a reference to Fergie in the Carl Urban one, but it's like a little news blip that there's a memorial riot for Citizen Fergie.
Oh, dang. That's what Hunter looks like in Shammy's head.
No, Shammy's met Hunter, so that's crazy.
Sorry, Hunter, I have no idea what you look like. What the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell? Well, you know, what the hell is something you might be saying. Yeah, you've even worked with Hunter. What the hell is something you might be saying to question number 4? Which of these is a real Judge Dredd tie-in candy? Bubblegum, candy cigarettes, gummy badges, or jelly beans? Now, this is the one you provided an answer for.
I did. Because I know that you like
I love
tie-in
these
restaurant
questions.
menus, and I could not find any tie-in restaurants, but I did find this tie-in food product.
No, despite hating food and thinking consuming it is disgusting and horrible, I
Yeah.
really enjoy trivia about food products and
we
food
like to
restaurants.
highlight the utter absurdity and, frankly, depravity.
Oh, yeah.
of-
I mean, I
of-
was going to
of
say
Italian
cravenness,
foods.
but depravity really does
Sure.
it too.
Yeah,
Italian food? Are you thinking Italian food is the tie-in Judge Dredd candy? Yeah, no pastries, no Judge Dredd mini cupcakes, no Judge Dredd pudding pies. None of that.
Sadly.
But let's see what you picked. 3 said bubblegum, 4 said candy cigarettes, 3 said gummy badges, 2 said jelly beans. It's really giving the even spread we happen when no one knows the answer.
Yeah.
The statistical...
The classic random guess spread.
Exactly. We'll see who it pays off for. It's a bold choice. That's right. There were Rob Schneider muffins. 3 said bubblegum. 4 said candy cigarettes alluringly. 3 said gummy badges concernedly. And 2 said jelly beans disappointedly. Because the correct answer is, in fact, those alluring candy cigarettes. But don't you worry, we wouldn't want to be a bad influence on children through Judge Dredd. So officially, they're Judge Dredd milk chocolate sticks, but milk chocolate sticks are candy cigarettes. Yeah, and also an even distribution when there isn't a clear, funny answer that we can all gravitate to. I think it's funny that they did candy cigarettes.
It is funny, and also, when I was growing up I'm from Mega City too, actually.
Oh yeah.
The candy cigarettes were not chocolate; they were this awful, like chalky, like compressed powdered sugar thing.
Yeah. It was like with the pixie stick dust.
Yeah, but it was like hard, which
Hard
was weird.
pixie stick dust. Yeah.
I would have preferred a milk chocolate stick as a candy cigarette.
Here we go again. This is from the blog sellerofdread.blogspot.com. Here we go again. Another product that sneaked onto the shelves, and to tell you the truth, I found these purely by accident in a corner shop.
Here we go again.
As you can see, I bought the lot. Oh boy. I think I may have opened one packet and ate them just because I could. I don't know why they bother with the chocolate sticks title. I do really. As they used to be called candy cigarettes in my youth.
Bloggers are so funny, dude.
Still never made me want to smoke. Okay, have fun at urgent care then, nerd. Like a Dredd Pocky. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh.
There are 6 different packets of sweets in the range, and each has a different artist's Dredd wrapped. Has a different artist's Dredd on the front, wrapped in a different colored packet. Oh boy! On the back of each packet is a small piece of Oh, this is hard to read. Or it's me. It's been a weird night for me. On the back of each packet is a small piece on different aspects of Dredd's world. They include Judge Dredd, the world, Mega City 1, the citizenry. That's you.
It's me.
Mega City Speak and Major Slayers.
Oh my god.
Oh, the slideshow doesn't work because Flash is dead.
Damn it.
Why would Judge Dredd encourage us to break the law by ingesting these grotty-looking sugary sticks? I was watching your SNL Draffy.
You betray the law!
That's right. SNL Drafy.
I mean, yeah, so many worlds have to be connected. But yeah, this is a closer look. Milk chocolate sticks, mega. 24 pence. Contents 24.
25p.
24
More than
25p.
1p a stick.
More than 1p a stick it is.
So we're stealing Brexit.
Now we should write scripts for our casts. I don't have a cast. I'm Fluval. But Viceroy Missy gained the most points, getting 915 points, while Judge
Well
Dredd's
done.
Drudge... Oh, I hate you, whoever wrote this. Judge Dredd's Judge Head lost 873 points.
Damn.
Also, if you're playing bingo, which you should, check off Fluval got flustered multiple times. If there's a way to have multiple squares be Fluval got flustered, I think you deserve it on this show.
Fluval's really been through a lot tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the law. I know the law. Look, if they come in one more time.
This is the law. Enjoy Dredd. Creeps.
Then I.
Good night, potatoes, molasses.
Good night, potatoes, molasses. You know,
tight, citizen.
we've had a lot of good. We've had a lot of. Thank you for that planet destroy, Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming. I appreciate that you destroyed that planet, but I gotta say, you know, we've had a lot of representations from the law tonight.
We have.
We haven't had representation from the criminals.
Oh.
And you know who we gotta get?
O.J. Simpson?
It's me, Charlie.
Charlie!
I'm Charlie in the box. Hello, everybody.
Charlie, are you kind of in your own ISO cube?
Yeah, I'm in an ISO cube because I'm a misfit toy. And they say toys shouldn't be like this. You should be a Jack in the Box. Anyway, back to isolation I go.
Bye, Charlie.
Yeah. Law is the yakety sax, says Blog. Oh, boy. Well, if it is, then I gotta go to the leaderboard because I'm being arraigned. As is Judge Bread. My bit is I make bread and pastry puns. Viceroy
Bread is
Missy in
crushing
second. Blog in third. All judges are bastards in fourth. And the only law is suffering in fifth. Do you think we're all gonna be friends forever? I think so. Not me. I mean you all. I hate you all.
Yeah, and I'm going back to ISO cubes after this. So
yeah, you're not gonna be able to reach them. So
No.
I mean, I think Chad will be friends forever.
yeah, that'll be
So
nice for you
be
guys.
sure to write "Have a great summer" on your
Yeah.
books as you exit the stream tonight. The mark of people who will know each other for the rest of their pitifully short consumption and fornication-filled lives. And now let's see how that relates to question number 5. Which British video game company bought 2000 AD in 2000 AD? Was that Free Radical Design, Kepler Interactive, Rare Limited, or Rebellion Developments?
I did hint toward who this is. If you
did.
know who I was talking about as the owner, he owned the game company and bought 2000 AD to save it.
Yeah.
And unlike private equity, he has only made it better.
Yeah, they just bought it because they liked it and were like, do you
Yeah.
want to keep it around? Yeah,
Yeah.
these are all real companies.
Yep.
All real British video game companies, specifically.
Right. One of them made Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and Perfect Dark.
Country. Yep.
And Donkey Kong Country 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Donkey Kong Country 3.
Right.
And Banjo-Kazooie.
But not Max Payne, Donkey Kong Country Tales.
No, but
That
they
is
did
not
make-
that's not a real game.
They did make Banjo-Tooie.
They did.
And GoldenEye. And other games, probably. No, they made other games. But let's see what you picked. 5 of you said Free Radical. 1 said Kepler. 3 said Rare. Oh,
This is
that they're all real and British.
yes, yeah, they are.
And 2 of you said Rebellion Developments. Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day, yeah. But the correct answer is Rebellion Developments. So I guess most of you don't know who owns Rebellion Developments.
Jason,
Yeah, Jason. Let's
Jason,
fucking go, says Hunter.
who has written back to me on Twitter about medieval stuff before.
Oh, cool.
yeah. Pretty
Rebellion
neat.
was founded in 1992, and some of their early successes were the Alien vs. Predator series. They also made the game Evil Genius, where you run a Bond villain-esque lair. The Sniper Elite series, Judge Dredd vs. Zombies. and more.
Sniper for them just like prints money. That's like how they made all their cash was the Sniper series.
Oh yeah. I thought
crazy.
Rebellion Developments was a red herring. Okay. No, that was, I see.
So sorry.
Well, no one owns Crackle anymore. Because Chicken Soup declared bankruptcy, as I recall.
Trivia really makes me doubt things I know as fact, and that's really powerful.
Good. Suffer.
Suffering.
Also, I want to use this time to highlight some of the new emotes we've introduced today.
Ooh.
We introduced the ticket reunification emote, which is a crying little ticket. That game won't happen tonight, but we did introduce it. And we introduced Not for Humans.
Oh, I love that.
And we introduced the Susie's Time emote.
Oh, nice.
For when the Susie's Time happens, because just so everyone knows, next week is once again the That Show post show with me and Emily Pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Because that show will be back on UCB's stage February 26th. And then we also added another one. No, stop bringing up my rewards. Our Valentine is an emote now. The rat melting in Mountain Dew. I was gonna make a sick bread pun but I guess I can't now that I got a question wrong. Damn, it would have been so good too. Guess everyone's gonna miss out. Oh.
Well, you should have gotten it right.
Should have died. You messed up. It's really your fault. And thank you for inflicting that suffering on everyone. I really appreciate it.
Suffering.
Because I mean, they deserve to suffer, and you helped make it happen. So truly, thank you.
getting it wrong. How do you plead?
Yeah. You tell them, intern citizen. How do they plead?
The sentence is suffering.
Do you plead? You will. And now let's go to our leaderboard where Judge Dredd holding on to first place despite getting that wrong. I put ISO cubes in my ISO T, gained 900 points on that question, gaining the most, while more like Judge Fart lost 852 points. Because they answered it in 6.6 seconds. But ISO cubes, you got it right the fastest and answered the fastest overall. So that's double kudos to you. Is so good. ISO T back on top, baby. Oh, ISO T is Hunter.
Aha.
Well, Hunter, let's see if you stay on top with question number 6. Which of these is not one of the dark judges who are evil zombies that believe life itself is a crime? Judge Death, Judge Fear, Judge Fire, or Judge Mortis? Which of these is not one of the dark judges who are evil zombies that believe life itself is a crime? Now, the way you laughed, I think you know the answer to this.
I sure do.
Yeah. I know this one, yay, says Mr. Plow. Which one of you wrote Nakamis? LOL, that's such a silly name, haha.
And to explain more about Judge Dredd, magic is also real, and there are alternate dimensions, and also human civilization is also out in space. There's a moon colony. There are aliens.
No, that's a good point. It's not just on your lowly little Earth.
No,
it's out in the star.
They've added so much to it, and like there's an actual occultist who knows magic named Devlin Waugh, who's also a vampire.
Yeah.
But by accident, it's so cool.
I know this if one of these is only a Star Wars reference. I hope magic is real. Yeah, that's true. We a little silver lining if magic's real.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm powerful. I have mysterious powers you can't explain, so I have magic in a sense.
One BBBR, you may not regret that decision.
You won't, because they're all real. Answering is the crime.
The sentence is death.
Fuck this shit, says misinformation. Oh, you fish bastard, Fluval.
Those are the 4 dark judges. Why didn't you all know that?
Fluval! Huzzah! Magically teleporting a metal. And I was distracted and didn't answer. I lucked out. Let's go! It says Shammy. That's right, you did. And
magic missile.
Magic missile. I want to attack the darkness. Judge Dredd lost 472 points on that question, but they didn't lose the most. More like Judge Fart lost the most, losing 932. Did Judge Dredd have Mortis first?
You betray the law!
Probably.
I mean, it's just Latin.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's just So who knows? But I think that the four dark judges did come before the Star Wars character named Mortis.
I mean, Mortis is the planet for like the 2000s, so
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
Clone
right.
Wars that introduced Mortis and the Mortis gods, father, son, and daughter.
Right.
And Anakin is to become the new father. Subtle foreshadowing it is. Yes. Fluval, we used to play that sketch as an MP3 in the 4-hour way before.
In
4H.
4H. Way before it was played.
I don't farm. I blow up planets. I don't cultivate them. I like that there's a Judge, Death, and Mortis. I like the idea that they're friends.
Yeah. Well, there's four of them.
Yeah.
And of course, all these four things go together: death, Mortis, fear, and fire.
Yeah. Ah, jeez,
Death.
Mortis.
Oh,
Mortis.
Mortis.
It's cute.
We gotta suppress the whole world, Mortis.
Judge Fire.
There's too much freedom, Mortis.
Ugh.
Oh, oh,
Oh, jeez, life's a crime.
oh,
Oh.
I hate this. I hate this sentence, Rick. It's death, Rick. Judge Fire Island. Now that's a great 1990s SNL sketch.
That is a good SNL sketch. Yeah.
Judge Fire Island.
I mean, and if and they could have done Judge Fire Fest. That feels more on the nose with SNL's level of like, there's two things. What if we mashed two things together? We would never do that on this show. We would never.
Oh, George, can you
it's
get me
me.
out of this ISO cube sentence, man? Can you
I
bribe
could.
someone or?
Could.
Oh,
I
will
could.
you?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean,
right.
ISO cubes aren't necessarily my favorite type of punishment because they're slower and less intense. But on TikTok or Instagram, I think actually, on this week there was a TikTok of me. It's an old interview, but it's me saying I don't believe in capitalist democracy. I believe in democracy.
Nice.
It was a very fun interview. Yeah.
No, that's great. Yeah.
And Charlie Rose was still there, and he goes, "Why don't you use your power to expose that type of, that highlight the type of utopia you wish you lived in?" And I say, "I don't think I have that much power." And they're like, "But you have the power of George Lucas. Why don't you make movies?" And it's like, "Well, I did make movies about it. They're called the Star Wars films."
Yeah, it's called episodes 1, 2, and 3. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, and then to a degree, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
What kind of cubes do I like? I like chance cubes. And Intern Forest actually has chance cubes signed by Watto,
Wow.
the Toydarian.
What?
Yeah, he brought it to the George Lucas talk show, and Watto signed it right there. Had a
Little
good
Rico.
point. I guess they are good cubes. Thank you, Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming. I liked what you drafted. George, you a bread guy? Oh, I love bread. Yeah, I love bread.
Sleepy Zane says to them that the quintessential SNL sketch is massive head wound here. The joke is he has a massive head wound.
I see. I mean,
a
that's
classic.
the only the thing is the only part of my writer when when Star Wars was stolen from me for billions of dollars. The only part of it they honored was that Ray has to make bread. It was like a character has to make bread. You throw my scripts in the trash if you must, but have someone make bread. 'Cause I'm just such a bread guy. Anyway, I'm gonna go away.
All right, George.
Bye. No longer channeling the essence of George Lucas, retired filmmaker. It was a lot.
I bet.
Yeah, Judge George is quite a beautiful thing
Judge
to
George.
imagine. He just he stamps the innocent with fabuloso stamps and condemns the guilty.
He's really obsessed with laws about driveway right-of-way.
Oh yeah, you stole that person's driveway.
The sentence is making your own personal films.
Yeah, and never releasing them for anybody. It's traces of George, clearly. Indy, why don't
It's
we?
sort of in the air.
Hey,
Sort
George.
of like spice on the surface of Dune.
Exactly, or spice in the minds of Kessel, or an original
right.
idea George had, do not steal. I like the one where Bill Hader can't tell the difference between Andy
Bill
Samberg and
Hader.
vagrant crazy guy Bobby Moynihan, and has to shoot one, and the scene ends with him and Bobby sharing a sandwich. I mean, yeah. I don't approve of matter, but
Well, no, but that's a funny way to end it.
it is.
When I found out that Bill Hader had like a panic attack before every episode, I felt so bad.
Yeah. When he announced,
why, Bill, it's just TV.
he was like, I can't be on the 50th anniversary due to a long-standing scheduling issue, and it's like, oh, that's fair. You don't want to do this again. I get it.
Long-standing scheduling.
Yeah, and it sounds like I don't want to have another panic attack for one episode.
I have a McDonald's dinner standing every Saturday night from 11:30 to 1:30.
I like the idea. Yeah, as soon as he left, he's like, I'm booking board game night with my
Blocking.
friends right against SNL.
Full block.
Yeah. Couldn't you reschedule? And also, aren't a lot of your friends former cast members? No.
Yeah, no.
No. Well, let's see if one of these people in this next question could be Bill Hader's friend.
Let's see.
Judge Dredd appears in the pages of 2000 AD. What is the name of the magazine's alien editor? Is that Beep the Meep, Morbo the Wise, Tharg the Mighty, or Quark the Merciless?
With Beep the Meep, Morbo the Wise,
Tharg
the Mighty, and Quark the Merciless.
See, now I would love if SNL had that many aliens.
That would be awesome.
It was just Vanessa Bayer, Chris Kattan, and your host, Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis, source of. Speaking of Bill Hader, you know the rant in Barry where he's like, "I have to do this to live."
Yeah.
That's an actual rant that was overheard from Jason Sudeikis' dressing room. He was yelling at his then partner, that really hot lady. That
Oh
he's not
my
with
God.
anymore.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
And I have confirmation from a guy who edits Barry, so
Yeah.
I know it's true.
That's wild that he's going to be miserable in Phony's weirdo SNL cast.
Yeah, I was laughing to myself. I was like, uh-oh, someone drafted Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah. That's so funny. I love that he's going to be sentenced to that then. It was the
I
suffering
have
of,
to do this to live. And he's talking about the sketch TV show he's on.
I don't want to do any more body horror.
He's like, you have to do it.
I have to be a pimple on someone's butt. Phony was like, that's crazy. No one took Jason.
Bill Hader's throwing up. Jason Sudeikis is melting down.
Yeah. No wonder he
only-
was so good in Colossal.
That was like, I saw that after I knew that fact,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is kind of weird to watch now.
Yeah, I watched it. I was like, wow, it's really good. Who knew he had that in him? And it's like, oh, anyone who was near his dressing room.
The part was practically written for him.
Yeah. I need to wear a funny mustache and wig or I'm nothing.
Yeah, rough.
I was considering drafting Sudeikis, but tried watching Ted Lasso, and I don't like him as much anymore. I mean, yeah. It was also a bit of a like, well, someone has to be the straight man to all these fun characters.
Sure.
Or maybe he's just backstage a lot. He just gets to chill in his dressing room and sit with not being in sketches. While Tim Meadows is doing that role far better and can also go bigger.
Tim Meadows is really good.
Tim Meadows is great. Intern Forrest really was in middle school being a big Tim Meadows fan and was like, why does no one else like Tim Meadows?
The Ladies Man sketch, even as a kid, is
Yeah.
really, really funny.
Oh, yeah. And then Walk Hard and You Don't Want None of This, do we?
Yeah.
God, I love Tim Meadows as if he's not a giant star. He is a giant star. Tim Meadows is huge. Yeah, Phony drafted Tim Meadows. No, Tim Meadows is huge, but huge in the way that middle schoolers didn't always appreciate. But let's see. None of you said Beep the Meep. 3 of you said Morbo the Wise. 6 of you said Tharg the Mighty. And then 2 of you said Quark. You're the one who booked a play. And 2 of you said Quark the Merciless.
You're the one who booked a play. Hey, moron, you got acting work. Idiot.
7 stars, 2 featuring a wild card, a weekend update host, a musical guest, and a commercial.
Yeah, the commercial was a late ad because the show was running under time.
Yeah, it was under time. This show didn't start 20 minutes late at all.
They had to add around to pad it out.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a surprising answer array.
It is. It is an exciting. Well, you still could. It's an exciting. I'll see. Whatever. It's an exciting. I gotta keep this show focused.
Judge Fluve's getting a little exasperated. I can hear it. Now, we started late, but we're actually running faster than the average trivia episode.
It's true. We are. I know, we gotta slow down. Yeah, we're running through this too fast. How are we already at number 7?
I don't know. Should we have some kind of not a raffle game? What if I just read off some numbers? And
that would slow the stream down a lot. Yeah.
And people tell me if they have objects with that number on them.
No, there has to be the tickets.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll just make up some numbers
All
here.
right, but first let's wrap this one up.
Okay,
you
sure,
did.
sure.
Okay, so it is a weird, interesting answer array. I think it's because all the other characters are characters from other science fiction works.
Maybe, yeah.
So you could work it back because Beep the Meep is a Doctor Who villain. Morbo the Wise is named after Morbo, the Futurama maker. And Quark the Merciless is Quark from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Right. Plus Ming the Merciless.
Exactly. But that means Tharg the Mighty is in fact the editor of 2000 AD. And now let's take a look at Tharg. Tharg the Mighty has been the editor of 2000 AD ever since Prague 1. Except for a brief stint from Prague 1014 to Prague 1032, where the Men in Black took over his duties. He's an authoritarian egoist who eats polystyrene cups. And he and his sister, Marg, are from the planet Quaxin, aka Beetlejuice 4, which is a bold departure from Beetlejuice 1. And he also appears in sci-fi comics called Tharg's Future Shocks. He does look kind of Klingon. He also kind of looks like the villain from Galaxy Quest.
And a little bit of Prince Shizor.
Oh, yeah, he is Shizor. He is quite Shizor. And he's one of only 2 characters to appear in almost every issue, the other being Judge Dredd. He was on the cover of the first issue in 1977. And he's been written by Alan Grant, Alan Moore, and John Wagner, but usually credited to TMO, the Mighty One. He has a red device called the Rosette of Sirius on his forehead. And he writes the comic's introduction, answers letters, and doles out prizes to readers for artwork or story suggestions. Readers can choose payment either in pounds sterling or in galactic groats. And he speaks mostly in English, but with various pithy Beetlejuicean aphorisms thrown in for color. And in addition to the editorial duties in 2000 AD being attributed to the Tharg, all writing, art, lettering, sub-editing, and PR is attributed to malcontent, feckless, long-suffering droids that appear as caricatures of their actual counterparts. And in one episode, a Tharg suit in the comics office was explained as a skin that Tharg had shed. And he's similar to like the horror hosts in horror comics, of course, like the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, we have
Missy's draft.
A draft from Missy.
Terry Sweeney, Gilbert Gottfried, Brian Doyle Murray, Garrett Morris, Julia Louis Dreyfus,
Good get.
Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, Harry Shearer, Joan Cusack, Rich Hall. Oh, you're keeping them to. Oh no, that Brad is. Yeah. Mike O'Brien, Ego Duodum, a musical guest, the B-52s, a host, Emma Stone, and Wildcard, Mr. Bill.
I think only Mike O'Brien and Ego are ones that other people had taken.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a mostly untouched draft. I was also surprised to see that Garrett Morris didn't.
I was so close to going with Garrett. I don't know. I wish I had picked. I wish Phony had picked Garrett instead of Chris Elliott, because then Garrett Morris would have been the musical guest on Phony's episode. Ellen Cleghorn.
Ellen didn't get picked, which is kind of crazy.
Garrett was on my long list. Yeah. They were very much doing a like.
There are a ton of it. It's kind of shocking just how many options there are at this point.
And I think that that makes sense.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Oh yes, with someone picked Lucy Lawless as host or something, right? Didn't they?
No, we just talked about Lucy Lawless. No one ended up
it.
picking Lucy Lawless.
Got it.
Because Phony picked John Mulaney.
Right.
But he didn't pick our leaderboard, where Judge Bread, my bit is I make bread and pastry puns in first, Blog in second, A-Jab in third, Single Walk Dredd in fourth, The Only Law is Suffering in fifth, La Tatoes in sixth, Viceroy Missy in seventh, Judge Dredd's Judge Head in eighth. I put ISO Cubes in my ISO T in ninth. More like Judge Far in 10th, Helmet Hair in 11th, Judge Greg in 12th, Nakamus in 13th, and the Law bringing up the rear on our leaderboard in 14th with negative 2,705
Brett is
points.
ahead by a lot.
Brett
He's
is
got a whole 1,000
cleaning
point
up,
lead,
yeah.
which you
It's
can blow with a single bad answer.
Oh,
but
certainly, yeah. No, I mean, it's certainly, they have not definitely won the game by any means.
right.
It is looking promising for them.
Sure.
But it ain't over till it's over.
That's right.
Hunter, you're losing your mind? Where are you losing your mind? What had happened? Where did it go? Did it keep falling over?
Get your mind, citizen.
Yeah, where is your mind? Way out in the water? See it swimming?
Having a Frank Grimes moment against Brett.
Well, I'm Brett!
Look at me, I'm Judge Bredd. I'm a big moron.
I'm glad you're suffering that intensely.
Suffering.
I'll take Brad Hall for Mike O'Brien so the married couple can be together. Yeah. So Julia... Yeah, that's very kind of you.
So nice.
Yeah, you live in a mansion, and is that lobster for dinner?
Lobster for dinner.
The Simpsons draft, you would just have to figure out the format. Because, like, how many, like, can you only have one Simpson? But also, like, if whoever gets stuck with Maggie, it's kind of in a disadvantage, potentially. Like, it doesn't have the clean category breaks. Now, Maggie's a good guest. You're right. You get the murder. So you could always kill the others.
I'm just throwing dough at the wall and seeing what sticks.
You're also just throwing dough at the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay, well, let's go on. I mean, I guess... you mentioned it. It is time.
Okay.
For everyone's favorite segment, a segment that I certainly don't find deeply frustrating. It is... This is not a raffle. No purchase was necessary. Nothing of real monetary value is being given.
If you call it a raffle and we check with control, they're going to say the sentence is death.
Absolutely. That would be... If only, huh? It is not a raffle.
You and me both, brother.
Oh boy, yeah. All that is given out in this is suffering, because you're forcing these tickets to be together who would rather be apart, much like Lorne Michaels and Dick Ebersol.
And
a Springfield draft.
I don't have the actual tickets, but I've generated. Now the ticket numbers are 6 digits.
Yes, they're
right?
6-digit numbers. And look at all those tickets crying already in the chat.
I've generated 6 random 6-digit numbers.
Perfect. What's the first number?
134987.
134987. Does anyone in the chat have 134987? Our first one-digited ticket. Oh no, Maddie!
Maddie, oh
you
no,
suffer.
Maddie.
You were so close. We just mailed them to
Suffering.
people.
That's right.
We just mailed them to some people.
Second number.
They didn't pay. Oh, Blog is saying he has it. Blog says he has it. Okay.
I knew you'd say that.
I don't believe you, Blog. That's
explosive.
perjury.
Perjury. 6 weeks. ISO cubes.
Yeah. What's your second ticket?
Second ticket. 968108.
968108. And yeah, to be clear, we sent it to some patrons, but we also just sent it to some people who have never seen our show. who we know. Like IRL friends of interns Forrest and Emily have tickets that they will never
do.
draw.
And I think I have some in envelopes that I've yet to open.
Oh, you probably do.
Because they're full of glitter, and
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to like lay out towels.
Yeah, you gotta lay out
do that
towels or
on.
use like a colander.
Yeah.
Yo, Hunter has it.
I don't
Okay.
buy it, citizen. 6 weeks, ISO cubes.
6 weeks ISO cubes, Hunter. You heard the intern.
Next up, 291-035-9520.
291 03520. Okay.
9520.
291 03520.
715.
715 is ticket number 4. 715.
This is the law.
Missy, I don't buy it. 6 weeks, ISO cubes.
Oh, and I'm getting word that the last ticket is Timothy Chalamet.
It is. Wow, how'd you know, Flu?
I
Judge
know
Flu.
all things. Fuck him. Who?
Timothy Chalamet?
Don't fuck anybody. Fornication's a
agree.
disgusting
He's a
third-dimensional habit.
He's
Fuck
a
his
pretty
whimsy
terrible
boy,
Paul.
Twink Wonka. Okay, so you're
He was-
talking about
He
Timothy.
was bad as Wonka, and he was Wonka as Paul Atreides. It was a real mess.
Yeah. I hate him.
I hate him.
I'm such a silly boy.
I didn't realize you were actually putting the ticket numbers on this.
Dick Vane Wonka hat. You could draft him for host. He's not a very good actor. Damn, I had 420 6666. He was
so
Paul
close
Atreides
for
as
Dylan.
Dylan.
I'm sorry.
That's true. Yeah.
Dylan.
Dylan drank the water of life. I see a rolling stone. I see myself becoming electric. The city, also known as. And thank you for the bits, Frank. You cheered 25
Thank you for
bits.
the bits,
Thank you
Frank.
so
I
much
hope
for the
you're
bits,
doing
Frank.
well.
I hope you're doing well. And by doing well, I mean suffering correctly.
Frank is a big comics guy. I don't know if he's ever read Judge Dredd, but we all
No.
did see the movie in the theater. I'm pretty sure.
The Stallone or the
The Stallone one.
Okay.
That was like mandatory family viewing.
more like freaking Willy Wanker? Dang, I should have picked a Gene Wilder for host.
Ooh,
That
that
would
would
be
have been
good.
good.
So yeah, they were talking beforehand, and they said that a Muppet draft was an idea, a Star Trek Bridge Crew draft, an X draft
Ooh,
for
a Bridge
X-Men.
Crew draft. There's there's a comic right now that's it's set like on a new ship where Cisco is brought back. He's captain.
Yeah.
Data is his first officer. Worf is there. You also have Mr. Paris. You have
Yeah.
Scotty as the engineer. So like they like kind of did like a fantasy crew draft
That's cool.
for that comic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Got to get Geth for the Muppet draft to take Rolf early. Bridge Crew draft, Rolf, Data with the emotion ship from First Contacty.
Well, it's I mean, it's set like before Picard.
So it's not
But-
is it before?
No. It's just Data.
Oh, but it's okay. But it's before Picard. Is it before
Yeah,
Nemesis?
Yeah, it's after Nemesis. It's kind of set
So it's
like where it's
before.
like, well, but they don't really no one cares about that, so they don't really go into that. Nobody liked that at all, I don't think. So they're like, forget it.
I like Sleepy Zane's idea. Simpsons character draft. Assemble a new nuclear Simpsons family from all the secondary and tertiary
Oh.
Springfield characters.
Oh, that's really
So you have to
fun.
draft. So do you have to draft a dad, a mom, a 2 children, and a baby, or how?
And a dog and a cat.
And a dog and a
I'm gonna
cat.
Make Ralph. I'm gonna make Ralph the dog.
Oh, I'm gonna make Mole Man the baby.
Okay, this is automatically fun.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Oh, Lena, yes, the germs should be guests on the Star Trek draft
Absolutely.
for sure.
Any rules you want? Hell yeah, Handsome Pete. He dances for nickels on the boardwalk. I would first round Rolf, Uncle Deadly for the baby. Sweetums is daddy.
Would you also like replace the neighbor? So like instead of Flanders, it's some other character as the wacky neighbor.
Yeah, who would be the wacky neighbor?
That's kind of tough.
Duffman.
Duffman is
Sweetums
wacky
would be
neighbor.
Homer, and Duffman would be the wacky neighbor. Stupid, sexy Duffman.
But you're forgetting the best character of them all.
Oh?
Fat Tony.
Of course, the fat Tony.
I, of course, would love to be part of a new family.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Huge penis. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wife is dead from a shirt gun. Oh, yeah.
Hi
still
there,
married to
neighbor. Could you return my lawnmower?
Duffman loves church. Oh, yeah.
I love the idea of Duffman watching or owning a left-handed store.
The Duffman Leftorian.
Yeah. Or draft a lineup of morning shows to watch when sick. That's a fun idea.
Ooh, Sleepy Saint has Poochie, Mr. Burns, Mo, Hank Scorpio, and Lyle Landley.
So is it Poochie is Homer, Mr. Burns is Marge, Mo is Bart, Hank Scorpio is Lisa, and Lyle Landley is Maggie?
It's Maggie.
Duffman says, drink Duff with either hand. Oh, yeah. Oh, crying Daryl Strawberry. That would be funny to do a Simpsons family and only draft the baseball team or softball team.
You know, this is kind of what you could do on the CD-ROM make your own Simpsons software.
Oh, that's true.
That they put out in the 90s. You could kind of do this.
You could also make some, there's also make your own Spider-Man cartoon that was in the similar vein.
Yes.
But you know what there wasn't a make your own of?
The leaderboard?
Judge Dredd.
Oh,
I mean, there might have been a make your own Judge Dredd, but probably not.
probably not.
But I gotta confirm it. No. But I do see a video of a DIY Judge Dredd helmet out of EVA foam.
Oh?
So that's close. But it's not. Question number 8. Which candy is banned in Mega City 1 because it's too addictive? Necrotic Sugar Candy, Rainbow Mantel Mix, Styro Taffy, or Uncle Ump's Umpty Candy?
Other substances banned in Mega City 1 include tea.
Oh. Tea
And
banned?
just tea is an illicit substance, and so is simple refined sugar.
Ugh. How about Splenda?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm sure that's been covered at some point.
Yeah, they must have talked about it. They wouldn't leave that
must have.
in the margins. Such a
I
key
guess-
plot point.
In 2 years, Dredd will be 50 as like a franchise.
Dredd is 2 years younger than Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. Well,
You
'cause
know,
Dredd is the
Judge-
same age as Star Wars.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a big year for sci-fi.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK.
Yeah, you got Close Encounters, Star Wars, and Judge Dredd.
Yeah. And Louis C.K. has never been Judge Dredd, so it's kind of got that leg up on SNL.
That's true. I was like, wait, does Louis C.K. the UFO in Close Encounters?
I hate my fucking kids.
I hate my fucking kids.
Jerking off now.
I was fine with Mega City, but no tea
No tea.
and land sharks. Awesome.
Yeah, Blog, that is interesting. There's never been any Judge Dredd sketches on SNL.
Well, SNL, as I was reminded recently, did do a sketch where The Flash met Ant-Man, a surprisingly good Ant-Man costume.
Yeah, oh, the 70s funeral
Yeah.
sketch. That one is fascinating to go back and rewatch. It's a little clunky. It's very long. But
No,
it's
it's
like,
a superhero party.
I thought it was a funeral. Yeah, party.
Yeah, and Garrett Morris was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And it's like surprisingly solid.
Yeah, it's good, and it's just weird to see all those characters like mishmashed up.
Yeah. And there's like a line where Ant-Man and Flash go, "We've known each other for years." And I was just like, "No, they haven't. They're from different realities. Get it right, SNL. I hope somebody got fired for that blunder. And his cameo as the cab driver in the first Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So wild to have gone from Ant-Man on SNL to cab driver in Ant-Man.
They should just cast him as Ant-Man and had some, courage for once.
Yeah, he should have been Hank Pym.
That's right.
Or, he could have been Paul Rudd. But it would have been great as Hank Pym, have him be the mentor figure. Yeah, if only, but alas, 'twas not to be. But which of these candy is to not to be, according to the rules of Mega City 1? 0 of you said necrotic sugar candy. 1 of you said rainbow mantel mix. 5 of you said styro taffy. 3 of you said Uncle Umpty candy.
It's D.
It's D. I thought when we said it was British, it was going to give away that it's Uncle Umpty's Umpty candy.
Umpty candy.
Uncle Ump's Umpty candy, isn't it though?
Uncle Umpty's Umpty candy.
Ain't it Uncle Ump's Umpty candy? Because that's correct. The rest are all from Star Wars.
They are? Styro taffy is from Star Wars?
Necrotic sugar candy is from the Star Wars book Scourge. Rainbow Mantel Mix appeared in the 2024 junior novel The High Republic Beware the Nameless. Styro Taffy is from the Star Wars RPG adventure Scavenger Hunt. And Missy's SNL opening sketch is Terry Sweetie as Throat Goat Nancy, with the real Nancy Reagan walking in and showing the fake Nancy how it's really done.
Okay, so you have an actual blowjob in your SNL
Yeah, my entire draft was to forge that sketch. Mine is a sketch about Jason Sudeikis yelling out of his dressing room.
I have to do this to live.
And then he doesn't, and he explodes into Sarah Squirm in a gory body horror
I bet she'd
costume.
be down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She would design the costume.
I killed the younglings. Then necro candy's perfect for them.
That wasn't a real sketch, Hunter. I was just tying it back. Don't worry. The real sketch would presumably be funnier, but it's SNL, so who knows?
Sleepy Zane, that's a good fake ad for an edgy sketch show in the Star Wars universe, like some kind of hologram SNL.
I killed younglings. Yeah. Whoever got the Steve Martin draft better have good singers for not going to phone it in tonight.
No one drafted Steve Martin.
No, someone did.
Did they?
He was drafted as host.
Oh, as host. Yeah.
No, he was drafted. I thought about him as a wild card, so he could be a wild card and crazy guy. Yeah, it's really more I would want to see the substance. I would want to just, it's the closest I would love to come. Oh, shit. I should have drafted. Oh, but they had to have actually hosted. If they didn't have to host, it would have been fun to have drafted. And your host, David Cronenberg.
Where he could play the fun, lovable CIA agent like he does on Star Trek Discovery.
Exactly.
Meow, meow.
Meow, meow. Meow, 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 leaderboard. Where Judge Bread, my bid is I make bread and pastry puns in first, blog in second, single walk Dredd in third, Ajab in fourth, Viceroy Missy in fifth, La Tatoes in sixth, Judge Dredd's Judge Head in seventh. The only law is suffering. In eighth. I put ISO cubes in my ISO T, which we know is banned. So you are in an ISO cube if you do that.
Well.
Helmet Hair in 10th. More like Judge Fart in 11th. Nakamus in 12th. Judge Greg in 13th. And Amunt the Law holding down last place with negative 3,212 points. Viceroy Missy got that one right the fastest, gaining 888 points, while More Like Judge Fart got it wrong the fastest, losing 863 points. And Viceroy Missy answered the fastest. Booty Slapper holding it down, y'all. Booty Slapper, are you Judge Bread? Or are you I'm the law? Are you holding down first or last?
Missy, do you only include people who got to the audition in New York or people who have ever submitted? Because if so, I think you know a lot of people who you could draft.
Yeah.
You could draft me as a writer.
Yeah. Okay, Because yeah, I mean, we could draft. Also, like, do joke auditions people did count? Okay, the ones that got to New York. Okay.
Okay.
I see. Well, I mean, let's see if one of the beings mentioned in our next question got to audition for Lorne in NYC. I would draft Mark Maron. Robots named after which trio served the last president of the United States once he is cryogenically frozen? Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Larry, Curly, and Moe, or Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Is it Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Larry, Curly, and Moe, or Snap, Crackle, and Pop? Oh, so it feels like what I can guess.
Crackle, and Pop.
All of the above says Blogthoven.
I don't know this one at all.
Oh, you don't?
No clue. No,
I
don't
love
know.
this one. This is one of my favorite trivia questions, I think. Oh, we also didn't talk about Umpty Candy. Just to be clear, Umpty Candy isn't narcotic or anything. It just tastes so good, it's impossible to stop eating it once you've tried it.
Yeah.
It's just candy, but it's too good, so you can't stop. Once you pop one, you just can't stop one.
And you get withdrawal if you stop eating it.
But again, it's just because it tastes too good. And then there's Umpty baggers who sell illicit Uncle Umpty's Umpty candy.
Umpty bagging.
Umpty
3
bagger.
years, ISO cubes.
Absolutely. I mean, at least 3 years.
At least.
now,
Got to keep us up off the streets.
That's true. God, we can't have Umpty all over the streets. I heard in San Francisco a baby touched a bag of Umpty in a park.
And 70 cops passed out.
Yeah, they all passed out at once. Thousands of cops cried out at once.
And no one was sad.
And then was suddenly silenced. And no one was sad. But I love what happened here. So let's see what everyone picked. 2 of you said Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. 0 said Huey, Dewey, and Louie. 6 of you said Larry, Curly, and Moe. Thinking like a Brit. Yeah, and then the mayor and the DA gave the baby a medal.
You betrayed.
6 of you said Larry, Curly, and Moe. 2 of you said Snap, Crackle, and Pop. What do you think the correct answer is?
I really have no idea. I think Larry, Curly, and Moe makes sense, but like I could see Alan Moore picking something weird if he was writing this, or Garth Ennis, who seems to love America more than other people from the UK. Like maybe he'd pick the Chipmunks. I really have no idea.
I'm trying to see what story it's from to see who wrote it, but I'm not going to worry about that because I don't see it immediately.
This one was invented by a writer.
The correct answer is...
That's right, Booty Slapper.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop, really?
Yes. It is
surprising.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop, and you can see them here. This is what they look like. And they have those needles because their job is to feed the frozen president and supply him with blood. They're a trio of medic robots that were built to tend for the cryogenically last president of the United States, Robert Linus Booth, feeding him and supplying him blood. After the blood supplies ran out, however, the robots were forced to gather blood by other, more sinister means, meaning they went to the nearby village and just killed people and sucked them dry of their blood.
Somebody said that in a blog. It has to be true.
It's true, Stan. And so the President Booth was sentenced to lay in 100 years of cryogenic freeze or suspension because he tried to nuke Mega City 1.
Yeah.
And the droids supplied him with blood, ensuring he stayed alive. However, after 30 years, the blood supply ran out and they had to adapt. And then after the droids killed the daughter of an old farmer named Ichabod, he formed a lynch mob with Judge Dredd and Spike's Harvey Rotten following along to take them down.
This is the law. Enjoy Dredd.
Enjoy Dredd is the law.
The whole war that caused the Booth started the apocalypse.
Yeah, he does. And in Dracula's castle, Dredd and Spikes encounter the robots who attempt to kill the intruders. Meanwhile, Dredd puts together what's happening and manages to talk the robots out of fighting just before stopping Ichabod from staking the sleeping President Booth in his sleep. Booth is awakened and Dredd explains that what happened to the farmers after he dubbed the robots Snap, Crackle, and Pop and sent them to work as farm laborers instead alongside the disgraced president. And so the villagers think that the president is a vampire because they're like, well, he's immortal and his agents are sucking our blood, so he must be a vampire.
Fair enough.
It makes sense.
And don't forget, there are vampires.
And there are vampires. Yeah, exactly. There's a Witcher 3 side quest.
There's also time travel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a Witcher 3 side quest about this. Really heartbreaking to tell Ichabod that his daughter's dead.
Serial mascots draft when? Again, what are we drafting them for? Like to a team? Are you just trying to assemble the Avengers of... Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're trying to assemble the Avengers of Serial. So you have to draft the villain, too. Whoa, holy sound alert, Batman says. Missing information. Are you looking into Snap, Crackle, and Pop?
Breakfast?
Breakfast.
Second breakfast?
Breakfast. Second breakfast. Oh, yeah, also, while I have it up, this is what Judge Death looks like.
Judge Death is pretty fascinating.
Judge Death looks so cool. And look at that. Look at that bat buckle with a skull. This leader of the Dark Judges, formerly Sydney Death.
Yeah, yes. Sydney Death.
Death. You're right, you're right. Top to bottom, Judge Fire.
And like the slogan, you know, the crime is life, the sentence is death. It's just such a
good line.
Cool slogan for like an evil judge.
It yeah, it does look like DC got the idea for Batman Who Laughs from his design. Judge Fire.
Oh, yeah, yes, they did. And the Batman Who Laughs, one of the worst fucking things made in Batman like the last 15 years. It's so awful.
Fire is a human skeleton. He wears a judge's uniform. His body is covered by roaring
Fire's
flames.
a human skeleton. It's just funny to say like weird trivia facts like in that voice.
Formerly known as Sydney, Judge Death was the leader of the Dark Judges.
Dark Judges.
He has rotting green skin with exposed teeth. He wears a portcullis-like helmet. His suit, and his seat, I suppose, is kept together with stitches. His elbow, knee, and right shoulder pads are adorned with bones.
So specific.
His left shoulder has a pterodactyl-like creature on it.
Instead of the eagle.
I see.
Yeah.
Judge Fear, a tall medieval knight-type figure. He wears a large bat-winged helmet and has two massive bear traps on both shoulders. He wears a large black cape and has shrunken heads around his belt. Who's Kraken? Or Kraken doesn't have a page. Cool. Sister Despair, Judge Reaper, Judge Scourge, Judge Omen, Judge Silence, Judge Kronos, Sister Bedlam, Judge Ossify. Oh, he has little bits of his ribcage sticking out of there. Oh, he's one of the dreams.
Yeah, they really started reaching once they said, what if there's like a million Dark Judges? Like,
yeah.
All right, we're kind of out of ideas
like
here.
Judge Tweed and Judge No Face. So I guess we know what happened to that Dick Tracy villain. Judge Collins.
He became Judge Pacino.
The Sisters of Death? Oh. There's still so much.
Folks, there's an incredible mythology alongside normal stories about like police violence. There's also sometimes these people.
Yeah, we have come to judge you.
Dredd is a fascinating thing, and you can jump in kind of anywhere and just start reading weekly, but like the America storyline is hailed as like one of the best. The recent storyline about like defund the police and like police reform was really good. What was that called?
I like their Twin Peaks homage. It's happened again.
It's called A Better World. It was a really, really good arc and a good place to start because it's about what do the judges do and how do we deal with it.
You are probably wondering why I asked you here today. There has been a terrible tragedy, a fatality. Judge Omen has been cruelly cut down, has his life force extinguished.
I like how it's only S's and not S sounds.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
It should be X extinguished.
Exactly.
Life force. It's just a very. It's sort of like how the Spaniard accent, like in Barcelona. It's not a lisp. It's only on the soft C sound.
Yes, it's much like the Spaniard accent.
Now do Hamlet.
Fourscore.
That might be the funniest possible response to now do Hamlet. Is to do the Gettysburg Address.
I mean, Abe Lincoln's been on the stage at Disneyland for so long. He's probably done Hamlet at some point. Also read Lawlish, lady judge who gets disgraced and sent to a frontier planet to be a sheriff. Very chic book.
Lawless.
Lawlish.
Yeah, Lawless is cool. There are tons of stories about other parts of the like world that are really, really fun.
Of the Dreddiverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, the most terrifying part of the Dreddiverse is the leaderboard, where Judge Dredd is holding on to their lead. One of very few people who got that question right. Two, in fact.
I think they just stopped answering.
They didn't answer. Nakamis got that right the fastest, getting 651 points.
Nicely done.
Single Walk Dredd, the only other person to answer correctly, getting 401. Amber is almost the color of his energy. And Viceroy Missy got it wrong the fastest. Got it wrong in 3.182 seconds, losing 929 points.
What is the record fewest players and positives going into the final question?
Hey, if a viewer wants to go collate all that data, I'd love to have it. Every episode of Grand Trivia is on YouTube at Radio Free Multiverse's YouTube, so check it out.
Which is good because I don't know if you saw it, but they've now restricted highlights on Twitch.
Yeah, you can only have up to 100 gigabytes of highlights on Twitch, so
100 hours.
You're right, 100 hours.
So, and if you're at over 100, you can't make new highlights now until you delete some.
Yeah.
So I know a certain wizard who's going to spend a lot of fucking time this weekend moving stuff to YouTube in big old blocks.
Well, and I know someone who has to check if another channel has everything backed up to YouTube.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a real big pain.
Actually, sorry, 2 other channels, because I have to make sure all the clips that are there are backed up. On one of the channels.
Clips and VODs are fine.
Okay.
It's highlights specifically.
Okay, cool. Then one channel's fine, because they never highlighted anything. But one of the channels, We Are Trash People, still has to have everything backed up to make sure it's all preserved. There was a time when first and second place were both 0. Someone did win with 0 points, but that's also true. They're fine for now. I'm gonna still have to double check them all. It's just a priority order. As we go to question number 10. Former Judge Jack Point stars in a Judge Dredd spinoff called Captain Skank, Father Earth, the ABC Warrior, or the Simping Detective. These are all real Judge Dredd characters. But which one is former Judge Jack Point? Simp says, Lena, Missy picked the one I want to be true. I mean, all right, man, says Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming. And Nakamis discovered the true meaning of the law.
Mama's not the law. I am the law.
Wow. Mama's not the law. Wow.
Citizens of Peach Trees. This block operates by the same law as the rest of the city. Mama's not the law. I'm the law.
I only know what one of these is. I only know what the ABC Warrior is.
It is a great Go Off Kings rename.
Law.
Yeah. So good.
The Warrior appears in the Stallone Judge Dredd film, if I'm not mistaken, and that's the right thing.
ABC Warrior does appear in the Stallone film. That's correct.
Yeah, it's the robot, right?
Yeah, it's the
and
robot.
There've been fewer movie questions than I would have guessed tonight.
Yeah. I mean, but it's almost like this show's never accessible.
Oh no! This it wasn't a critique.
I wasn't taking it as a critique.
I was more pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, no,
really.
it went deep into the weird crags and crannies of
the
comedy.
first question was about Judge Fish.
Yeah, well, of course it was the best judge. Judge Fish is the single best judge to ever serve in the Force. Like I need to, excuse me, I have to turn the trivia screen off for a second to have a serious moment.
Okay.
What the hell?
Judge Fish, we will name a highway after you for falling in the line of duty. They say all cops are bastards. They say all judges are bastards, but truly you, Judge Fish, were the exception that proves the rule. Judge Fish was well known for his commitment to community work and believing that there were other solutions to crime than just death, unlike Judge Dredd. You know, he was a real reformer. He wanted to change the department from the inside. And so I guess it's no surprise that Judge Dredd killed him to cover up his restorative justice work.
We're gonna miss him.
We're gonna miss you, Judge Fish. I don't know, after trying to like all fish are bastards. Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming!
Dude, say you're sorry, dude.
Say you're sorry or you will go to the ISO cubes.
He's just screaming.
Oh, he's screaming. I'm sorry!
Yeah,
Oh,
say sorry.
okay. Well, if
Say
you're sorry,
All right.
then you merely have to suffer the final
Our
trivia
leaderboard.
question. But first,
Oh.
look what everyone said we did. The correct answer is the simping detective.
Ah.
It is the simping detective.
Missy got it right.
Missy did get it right. But simping doesn't mean what you think it means. A certain intern just walked in and is amazed. They cannot see you. There is no way for them to see you.
You're still doing trivia?
Yes, we started 20 minutes late because Patrick Kottner joined Saturday Night Live trivia 2 minutes before it was going to end. And so we really milked his appearance on the channel as long as we could.
Who did he drop?
No one.
What?
He joined very late because he got the link
And he
late.
opened some wine.
He opened some wine and cleaned up his apartment because he had to move because his old apartment flooded.
Oh, no.
And he said
So
LED
because-
light won.
Yeah, he did right. Now, is she gonna send me back to the cubes, or can I finish out the trivia at least on my work release?
No,
here?
you're still here. You're here the whole time.
Fluval, who's there with you?
This is what do you mean? This is you.
Fluval, are
This
you
is
cheating
it.
on me with another intern?
No,
This is you.
Fluval!
Oh no, wait, you said you're not the same intern that's here the whole time.
No, yeah.
You had to clarify. Don't worry, they're going back into an ISO cube.
No, don't put me on!
Did something else just get knocked off here in the bot?
Yeah, another thing just got knocked off when I used my mind powers to fling intern Calliope across the room. Honestly, like, ironically enough, they knocked over a Calliope that was sitting out.
And so the Calliope indeed crashed to the ground.
It crashed to the ground. You might say, to paraphrase SNL, we threw it on the ground.
I forgot about that. that hit sketch.
Yes, lots of nice evil being perpetrated today. But we have to look at all of these characters.
We certainly do.
It
Thank
would
you
be
for that
remiss
planet-
if we didn't look at all of
Planet destruction things from the void.
them. Yeah, the Lonely Island was a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
And we clarified Andy Samberg could be picked, and then no one did. So Jack Point is the simping detective. Because in the world of Judge Dredd, simping means dressing like a fool or simpleton.
Right.
And Jack is known to wear clown paraphernalia like rubber noses and giant novelty bow ties.
Right.
So he's the simping detective.
This is like if H-Dub were in Mega City 1.
Yeah. The simping dub. And that's it. That's his deal. He's narcissistic and unreliable. And his persona isn't like a clown. It's like a gumshoe, a 20th century gumshoe. Oh, Riley would do great at that too, yeah. Mega City Dub.
Mega City Dub.
Yes. But Captain Skank is also real. And Captain Skank is a metal-haired, one-eyed mutant pirate from the Black Atlantic.
Okay, sure.
Who launched hundreds of nuclear missiles at Mega City 1. Skank was a cyborg who had replaced his hair with long, cybernetic dreadlocks, each attacked with claws on the end. He was missing his right eye and replaced his left one with a gleaming cybernetic one. Something else just fell too, yes. He wore traditional pirate clothing such as an eye patch, oversized boots, etc.
There's so many loose items here in the pod that I just never think about. You know?
Yeah. This one was a fish Frieza art that Jess Fatson Montgomery sent in as a tribute.
Oh, Emily Pineapple, Captain Skank.
Another
you mean
thing
your
just
mom.
That was art of me that Jess Fatson Montgomery sent in.
Fluval's just flashing wild sigh fields all around the pod.
Yeah.
Knocking stuff over.
I know it sounds like I moved farther away, almost as if I was picking them up, but that was my ventriloquism.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, most of it's great powers.
One of your most underrated powers is
Yeah.
ventriloquism.
I have flu ventriloquism. You know how Superman has super everything? Yeah, you've been to this pod. It's pretty stacked. And this is Father Earth, the Chet Hanks of Mega City 1. I know you were saying it was the other one, but this one is Father Earth, who's a mutant and prophet who believes Mega City 1 must be destroyed because of all the pollution it causes.
I think he's right.
I'm not saying I disagree. He led a gigantic group of fanatical followers who were heavily against Mega City 1's pollution. He was covered head to toe in vegetation and flowers, had black eyes, and a large orange flower eye on his forehead. The only piece of clothing he wore was a satchel across his shoulder.
I will say, of all the fan wikis I've ever seen, I think the Dredd wiki has the worst rate of typos.
Well, the fun part is, this Dredd wiki does. This Dredd wiki doesn't. There is both judgedredd.fandom.com and judge-dredd.fandom.com. And this one calls him an insane mutant fanatic.
Enjoy Dredd.
Saying he was insane and deluded, believing plants to be more important.
Editorializing here.
Absolutely. He was insane and deluded, believing plants to be more important than any other form of life. Nevertheless, he was enigmatic enough to bring together an army of thousands to fight for his cause.
Now, how does enigmaticness? That's not the right quality.
No,
I don't think.
No, and also being enigmatic doesn't contradict believing plants are important. Absolutely. Father, your flowers are wilting. Let us revive them. Thank you, my dears. I needed that.
They're watering his butt.
And let's
kick this wiki writer's ass.
Let's see what Captain Skank's not a hyphenated Judge Dredd wiki.
Yeah. How many lore differences can we spot?
Oh, here he's John Wagner. Here they refer to him. No, that's the creator. He doesn't have a page.
Huh.
Disappointed. And the ABC Warriors are a gang of robots.
And there's one such robot in the Stallone Dredd.
Yes, Stallone Dredd has one. These are the ABC Warriors. Tag yourself. I'm the one with the angry face and red medal. Which are you, intern?
Oh, I think I'm the guy with the cool shades.
Cool shades guy's cool.
The silver Bret Hart wraparound shades.
Yeah. And then they do a lot of stuff. But members are Hammerstein, Deadlock, Rojaws, Mongol, Joe Pineapples, Black Blood, Mechquake, Zippo, Steelhorn, Happy Shrapnel, Morrigun, Hitaki, Mad Ron, Terry Sweeney, and Colonel Lash.
It's me, Zippo, the killer robot.
And yeah, there's one of them in the movie.
There was a very cool arc recently where the robot judges quietly took over because it was too unsafe for human judges to fight crime, and they like basically just like took like all the shifts and jobs. Like it was a like a like allegory for AI chatbots.
And of course, by the robot judges, you mean Mechanismo.
Yes. Yes,
Mechanismo. This is the Mechanismo.
Mechanismo.
You have been warned, prepare to receive. Or you have been warned, prepare to receive justice. Wait. I'll never tell.
Alchemist, yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Deus Ex Machina.
Shammy, I can tell you happily, there is no gun pointed at me.
That's right.
I enjoy my whole time here.
Yes.
On work release from the ISO cubes. I'm under no threat of any kind.
Absolutely. But we have one more question to go before we wrap up. Judge Dredd trivia and find out who won. But first, the leaderboard. Judge Dredd still in first.
We have 5 people who can bet positive points.
7 players answered that question out of 14. Whew. Viceroy Missy's the only one who got it right, getting 881 points.
Well done, Viceroy Missy.
Only Viceroy Missy had the courage to believe in the simping detective. And now, wager your points. This question is about Judge Dredd.
Ooh, that's a good hint. That's a good hint.
By which we mean Judge Dredd the setting. Oh, I mean, you can get negative 6,000 points, I suppose.
Hunter, I have often wished that there was some way to bet your negative points.
I haven't been allowed to get a question right since you got to your isopod. That's true. You cannot get them right in the isopod. I think that guy ate Pizza the Hut. Yeah, probably. I never had to restart and pick a new name.
Well.
Wild. Fluval, I will give you real actual money, says Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming. How much?
Hunter.
Bribery. Guilty. 3 months ISO cubes.
I asked how much because I needed to know how much to sentence him. In the Judge Dredd story, The Cursed Earth, Mount Rushmore features George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, the Muti Brotherhood's leader, Brother Morgar, and Jimmy Carter, Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, or Richard Nixon. In the Judge Dredd story, The Cursed Earth, Mount Rushmore features George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, the Muti Brotherhood's leader, Brother Morgar, and Jimmy Carter, Margaret Thatcher, Richard Nixon, or Ronald Reagan. Do you know the answer to this one, intern?
Yeah. And it's a real tricky question because the answer's simply weirder than you could possibly guess.
Yeah, we talked about that early if you were paying attention, Blogtoven, that we couldn't find theme restaurants, but we found the candy cigarettes.
Yeah, I tried to find a restaurant thing, couldn't find it. I did find that the Peach Trees, which was referenced in the newer Dredd movie, is the name of a restaurant near the like offices where they'd make Dredd, and like lots of the writers like hung out there, and so they put it in the comics and then the movie as a nice reference to that restaurant.
Exactly, but it's not a themed restaurant. It just is borrowing from the real world.
Right.
But you thought we were lying? Skepticism. Sentence. Life in isopod.
Life in an isopod, which is a new punishment where you are on the back of a big like worm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
it's part of Judge Maitland's new things to soften the justice system. So now you're sentenced to an isopod.
Isopod. Well, let's see what you all picked. None of you said Jimmy Carter. 2 of you said Margaret Thatcher. 2 of you said Richard Nixon. 2 of you said Ronald Reagan. Well, I think you could already tell.
Has this ever happened?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There have been times where no one got it right.
Okay.
But I think you can tell it is, in fact, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. Here.
Judge Dredd's Land Raider roars across the cursed earth on its desperate rescue mission to Mega City 2. As it crosses the Appalachians, it comes upon an amazing sight. The Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Enormous statues of the President of the United States carved out of the rocks after Mount Rushmore was moved to just outside Mega City 1. Hey, look at those, Dredd. America's leaders before the judges took over, but I don't recognize the guy on the end. He's no President Spikes. That's the face of a mutant leader. And from now on, everyone is to be doubly alert. This is Muty Country!
Muty Country.
Jimmy Carter's face was added using large bladed ships called law saws. The Muty Brotherhood later found the law saws and added Brother Morgar's face to it. I wanted to say Jimmy Carter so bad.
Shammy is out getting toilet paper because his roommates refused to buy it. So, Shammy, you actually might have won.
Yeah, you might have won. Well, what a way to end the inaugural and final Judge Dredd trivia, says Hunter Epic Twitch Gaming. Bread, too soon, says Blog. What a comic. I want a law saw. This is real fun to say, law saw. Telling the Walgreens cashier I won trivia night, I have to turn back around. La salsa. La salsa. La salsa.
You betrayed the chips. Salsa.
And
This is the law. Enjoy Dredd.
this is what law saws look like. Like bladed UFOs.
Huh. Okay, fascinating.
Yeah. Alex was just watching a video saying Mount Rushmore will last for 2.6 million years. Jimmy's smile will be the last man-made thing on this planet. Crepes never change.
I'm sorry that Dredd called you a creep, Lena. I don't think you deserve it.
Lena 316 is the law. Creeps.
Law.
Lucy Law, lawless law saw. Would like to thank Lou Diamond Phillips, a staircase, and the concrete below it. Fuck Rob Schneider though. Well, let's see if your thanking is premature.
Let's see, yeah, it could be.
By wrapping up this game of trivia. In third place, it is Viceroy Missy with 0 points.
0 points.
In second place, all judges are bastards with 310 points. And your winner, that's right, it's Judge Bread. My bit is I make bread and pastry puns. Now here's what's fun to me. Blog and Single Walk Dredd also had 0 points. Yet the game decided Missy gets third.
Fascinating. I wonder how.
They also all answered 5 questions correctly. So they had the exact same score, as close as you could possibly have.
Bread.
It's like, nah, but Missy's in third. I don't want to be
So
around
only
it.
2 people had positive points?
Brett, only 2 people had positive scores. Probably answered the quickest.
Suffering.
It doesn't say response time on that one for some reason. Oh, because I entered the game. Well, we'll never know. We'll never know, but we do all get to witness something truly beautiful.
Trivia doesn't
Almost
pay.
as beautiful as Jimmy Carter's face. That's right, we got to see a planet destroy.
Just like the
Yay!
events of the Atomic Wars.
I mean, I think we put the Atomic Wars to shame. Planet gone. Planet gone. No Mega City's gonna be there. We blew the whole thing up. We didn't just wreck
Not
the
even
surface.
Hondo City, not even Britsit, not even Murphyville, not even Sovsit,
No.
or Mega City 1, or Tex.
Goodbye,
Tex
Mega
City
City 1. Goodbye, Mega City 2. Goodbye, Britsit.
All I need is I don't need anything. I just need Mega City 1.
All I
and
need
Mega
is the
City
law.
2 and Hondo City.
You want that satellite, Mary? Well, I'll lasso it for you.
Buffalo Judge, won't you come out tonight?
I want the moon. I'll put it in an ISO cube.
This might be the most just unhinged trivia.
This is perhaps the single most unhinged episode of Grand Trivia. And I think it's starting 20 minutes late really helps set the tone immediately. And we opened with technical problems, too. That's what I call it, the gauntlet of technical problems, because to untrained third-dimensional eyes, it looks like we had mic problems. But really, it was suffering I sentenced the intern and
your
you
mind,
two.
you can understand that.
Exactly.
Man.
If you free your mind, you will understand.
that, man.
Thank you, Shammy. Redactron can no longer hear the intern. Well, that's our sign that I need to have a great Cerveza Crystal. to cool off after a stressful show, I like nothing more than absorbing the energy and not consuming a cerveza crystal.
I am audible. I just checked.
I know you are.
Oh, okay.
No, I know. It was intern Mike, exactly. Excellent night of content on RFM, says Blogthoven, who, by the way, had Ludwig von Beethoven as his musical guest on Saturday Night Live. And the dog barking along. And if you want to see more great content, you should join us next week on this very channel for the That Show post show, where it's the free post show and pre-show to a show you have to pay for. So you can learn who was on that show, hosted by Chris Gethard. Seasoned fans from all corners of the Gethardverse, new fans just discovering the chaos, pre-recorded music, all uniting to put on a post show that's not about gathering 3-minute videos for TikTok. It's about celebrating a live show that just knocked you, the audience, right on your fucking ass. Will we have Susie's time? Will we have Tig's bits? Who knows? You'll have to join us to find out. And by us, of course, I mean me, and we are Trash People's Emily Pineapple, because it's once again a crossover episode. And then the week after that on Grand Trivia, it's Pulp Fiction Trivia.
Ooh.
You won't want to miss Pulp Fiction Trivia, so study up.
I hope, is there going to be a question about dead intern storage?
Oh, cool. Well, Apatow never got back to you about punching up his Directors Guild set? Because, yeah, at the first That Show, Judd Apatow opened with his Directors Guild set. Frankie, I cannot even, says Missy. Be there or be square.
That's right.
But before we go, Intern Citizen.
Yes.
Before you're
Yes,
back in
Judge.
the Isopod IsoCube. It's an IsoCube on the back of a giant worm. What will you, or is there anything you'd like to promote?
Yeah, if you could follow, there's this great channel that goes right to every vid station called WizWorldLive. Head to blog.wizworldlive.com and join the scriptorium for free, because the fact that Twitch is saying, well, what if we stop having highlights, doesn't really make me feel great about the future of the website.
I was skeptical on your timeline of how long it was going to go, quickly it was going to go away, but seeing that notification, I popped into the Twitch stream earlier, and they were like, oh, changes to highlights. It's like, oh.
We can't afford hard drive space anymore. You can't? Amazon owns you.
It was very
Your hard
funny.
drive bill is too big?
It was very funny seeing them try to spin this as a good thing.
Oh, utter derangement.
I think what must be that they had to start paying market rate AWS rates instead of like the greatly discounted.
Well, no, they have always been paying market rate.
Oh, okay. So it's just a revenue thing. Okay.
They're just they simply like, we can't afford to store video no one's streaming. You can't?
Well, this is a great time to say follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, follow on YouTube.
There's an clunky link. I think we're also youtube.com/@RadioFreeMultiverse. Yes, we are. So follow us at youtube.com/@RadioFreeMultiverse.
WizWorldLive is also on YouTube, and starting this weekend, I'll be moving the entire archive over there.
And I will be moving that episode of Missed Calls there so that it gets saved. And by Missed Calls, I mean with the former randoms. And also be sure to follow us at RadioFreeMultiverse.com, which is a Tumblr, so you can follow it. And you can repost us into everyone's Tumblr feed and make them go, huh?
Huh? This isn't a pornograph. What is this?
This isn't Doctor Who fan fiction. This isn't Super Who-Lock.
But thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me out of the ISO cubes for this joyous 2 hours here with all of you.
It was our last resort, so you're honored. You're honored for being here. It was your honor to be here.
Yeah, it was.
And we'll see you. What?
Put me back in next to Simon Phoenix.
I will put you back in next to Simon Phoenix. I mean, it's about time you get shoved back in there.
Fair enough. Sorry to interrupt your closing out speech.
It's okay. Well, there you go. Okay. You were shoved back in there. I'll see you next week. Because I have your coordinates. I thought the coordinates were implied.
Here he comes. Swimming closer than farther away.